Texas is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I rise to offer an amendment which addresses another misguided and restrictive federal regulation. Section 526 of the Energy Independence and Security Act prohibits federal agencies from entering into contracts for the procurement of fuels unless their life cycle greenhouse gas emissions are less than or equal to emissions from an equivalent fuel produced from conventional petroleum sources. My simple amendment would stop the government from enforcing this ban on all federal agencies funded by the Energy and Water Development Appropriations Bill. The initial purpose of Section 526 was to stifle the Defense Department's plans to buy and develop coal-based or coal-to-liquids jet fuel. This restriction was based on the opinion of some environmentalists that coal-based jet fuel might produce more greenhouse gas emissions than traditional petroleum. However, one of the unintended consequences of Section 526 is that it essentially forces the American military to acquire fuel refined from unstable Middle East crude resources. Furthermore, Section 526's ban on fuel choice now affects all federal agencies, not just the Defense Department. This is why I'm offering this amendment again today to the Energy and Water Appropriations Bill. The American military and our federal agencies should not be burdened with wasting their time studying fuel restrictions when there's a simple fix. And that fix is to not restrict federal government fuel choices based on unsound policies and misguided regulations like those in Section 526. Section 526 also essentially makes our nation more dependent on Middle East oil. Stopping the impact of Section 526 will help us to promote American energy, grow the American economy, create American jobs, and become more energy secure. Madam Chair, it is also important to know what this amendment does not prevent and does not restrict, and it doesn't restrict or prevent the ability of the federal government from purchasing any alternative fuels, including biodiesel, ethanol, or other fuels from renewable resources. It places no restrictions whatsoever on those types of procurements. I offered this amendment to the Homeland Security Appropriations bills and several appropriations bills during the 112th Congress, and they all passed on the floor of the House with strong bipartisan support. My friend Mr. Conaway also added similar language to the latest defense authorization bill to exempt the Defense Department from this burdensome regulation. I urge my colleagues to support the passage of this common sense amendment, and I yield back the balance of my time.